Hey guys, Love at Scout 1 again. Another video on a knife. Sorry we're still playing through these knife ones, but we'll get to it and we'll get some other stuff up for you. This is a knife that I showed you in another video just briefly, and I said I'd do a quick review on it. It's the Eka Nordic, or the Nordic 11 or Nordic 2, depending on where you come from. This is a knife that has been a constant companion of mine on many stalking and hunting activities for the past seven-ish years or so. It's a very popular knife, very popular with stalkers, hunters, shooters, very popular with bushcraft instructors and survival course instructors, basically because it's got the Swedish pedigree from Eka. Eka, as I'm sure you know, make very good folding knives, and I just haven't got one to hand. I did have one. Must have dropped it. But they make the Super Swede and the small folding Nordic, which has got Babinga wood handles, the same as this. The knife itself, there's not a great deal you can say about it. It's got a fantastic grind to it. The steel's very of a decent thickness. Good jimp in there and back at blade, so you can get down on it. You know, you can unzip deer with it. Should that be you know, what you want to use it for. The handles, like I said, are made from a wood called Babinga, which is very closely grained, but not so closely grained that you know, you can't work it. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but that is checkered, and it's got very fine checkering on it, the kind you would see on maybe a gun stock or a rifle stock. And you know, it's warm to the touch, it's very comfortable. I particularly like this finger groove, where you know, your finger just naturally closes onto it. It's been a good knife, and it still is a good knife really. The steel is of excellent quality, takes a very keen edge, can be just touched with a small DC4 whetstone or ceramic stone or rod, or I have sharpened this one twice around with a butcher steel in the field, and I don't have any problems with it. It's a really good knife. The only reason I've stopped using it is because I've gone on to other pieces of kit that I like. But this is one this is a knife that's been a constant companion on shooting and hunting trips all through the UK and through Europe actually, and using it and picking it up again and handling it does, you know, evoke some of those, you know, fireside tales and hunts that I've been on, and you know, friends that I've made along the way. And it's a good knife, a constant companion, and you know, it's one of those that if you can get, or if you choose to get, I'm sure you'll enjoy using. As I'm sure you're aware on other DVDs, other videos that you've seen of mine, I'm very critical about leatherwork, especially when I'm paying a chunk of money for a knife such as good quality as this. This is the Eka sheath. This is the sheath that they send with it, and in the time that I've had this knife, this is the third one. I don't know if you can see, they have tried to wet form it a little bit, and it has got a decent sized belt loop. It's machine stitched. The hide is not very good. The tab there, which if you want to put a leg thong through it or whatever, doesn't hold up very well. The first sheath, the original sheath that I got with the knife, lasted about 18 months of hard use. It got cut there, and after being wet and getting drenched on stalking trips to Scotland and out on the hills and one thing or another, it basically fell in bits. The second sheath that I bought was like this, but I think it was in brown, and that unfortunately didn't last as long. I think 12 years, and then that scabbard's fate was sealed. And I didn't really manage to get another sheath about 6 or 8 months ago. And I found this one in a throwout bin in a gun shop when I was on my travels, and I thought, great, be able to start using my Eka again. Got it home, put the knife in, and you can see where the problem lays, can't you? It's rubbish, really. It's not fit for purpose. It doesn't hold the knife very well. It doesn't hold it tight. That knife, you know, if you fell over, you know, and give yourself a good shake, that knife's coming out, you've lost it. What I noticed from Eka's website is they're making a scabbard very similar to this one. This is one that you'll all recall from a condor knife, and if you try it, it's a perfect fit. So if you don't like that scabbard or the scabbard that comes with the Eka, you could try and get yourself a condor scabbard. Failing that, this is the scabbard that I chose for it, and you'll see this on the Wright's bushcraft knife that I've got. It's the same scabbard, and it's a perfect fit. You do actually need a bit of a lanyard on it just to help it out when it's on your belt, but it's a perfect fit. And with the Scandinavian and Swedish and Swiss heritage, you'd think that they'd build something like this. The Eka Nordic, can't fault it. It's a really good knife. If you get a chance to get one, I don't know what the current retail on these now. I think they're sort of 80 quid touch, but 80 quid would be well spent. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Like I've said before, I don't advocate the use of wooden handle knives for eviscerating any kind of game, but that it is fit for purpose. You could use that. I personally wouldn't do it now, knowing what I know about cross contamination and disease that can be carried on wood and stuff. But sometimes needs must, as I'm sure you're aware. I do like it. It's it comes highly recommended by a lot of, if you mention the Eka knives to people, especially outdoors people who know what they're talking about, they will they will recommend them. It's a full tank construction. Like I said, the wood is warm to the touch. It's got good brass fittings. I've started putting lanyards on knives, as you can see there, because my hands are getting a bit tired and getting a bit sore, and unfortunately wrecked my hand lifting a deer carcass, so I do apologise for the bandage. But yeah, the Eka Nordic, if you can get one at good money, then I don't think you'll be disappointed. Right guys, short and sweet today. Really busy today, but I just thought I'd try and get that while I was doing other things. So I hope that is of some interest to you. What I will do is I'll get the Eka folding knives out that I have, and I'll do a video on folding knives and multi-tools, just so you can see what I use in my day-to-day in stalking and hunting, and just see if that's of any interest to you. And then I'm uploading, just as we speak, some videos about hunting rounds and one thing or another, so please check those out. Thanks very much for your comments. Most of them have been, well, all of them have been great. I will try and endeavour to accommodate your requests, and we'll take it from there. Right guys, thanks very much for your time, and I will hope to hear from you all soon. You all take care. Bye bye.